Hey, all right. Hey, guys, we're going to work on the maps, the ships, and the creature tokens for the Light of Xayxis conversion that we've created to showcase this new supplement, Spelljammer Combat and Exploration. So, give me a second here to check my signal, make sure I'm okay. Go through my intro real quick, boost my signal, and then we will get started here in a few moments. So, if you're catching this in the future, be welcome to stream ahead, and I'll catch you in a moment after the preview. Once we get ahead, so it looks like I've got a time delay going on. Once we here. Get ahead, hey, so there we go. Like all right, we are up and running. So get ahead. Hey, there we go. All right, here to check my signal. Running. So looks like I'm. Hey, there we go. All right. So give me a hot second here to bounce through my intro bits, and we'll get to work here in a moment. So let's see. There we go. All right, cool. So hey, just for the intro here, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, and I publish them online. You can skip ahead like 30 seconds if you want to jump into this. Yeah, so I've been creating 5e content since the release of Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica back in 2017. I'm a big color mana enthusiast, Magic the Gathering crossover fan. And when they created Ravnica, I thought there was going to be mechanics for like color mana system, but when they converted MTG into D&D, obviously they left the 8 schools of Magic in place, and spell point the spell slots as you would expect for 5e. So we built. It's in the description down below, a variant system for color mana using the 5 colors of magic to replace the 8 schools, and a mana pool to replace the spell slot system. It works fantastic. So when they created, again in 2022 with the Spelljammer supplement that we have here, there was a lot of expectations for, we already had boat mechanics from Ghost of Saltmarsh. We have car mechanics from Descent into Avernus. I think everyone was kind of expecting to see ship mechanics for Spelljammer, like air mechanic, air flight mechanics but it didn't happen. So again, that was an opportunity for me to peel open, and so we made a document here. Here's the PDF that we've been building. It's a solid 107 pages, including covers. So there's about 100 pages worth of mechanics on like how to like the roles that you can play aboard a ship, and the action economy that you use in the different roles to be able to either navigate and have melee combat as a pilot, or to command siege crews to fire multiple siege weapons, and to command the crews that load, aim, and fire them. Squadron commanders, similar to both pilots and siege commanders, they command squadrons or fleets of ships to move and attack together, similarly as moving the ship and ordering crews to fire siege weapons. And then there's the support role, which helps supplement and grant advantages and other benefits to other roles. And you can play multiple roles all at the same time. You can use your object interaction as a pilot to move the ship. You can use your attack actions to both order siege crews to fire weapons and to make melee attacks with the ship itself. You can use your bonus actions for various things like disengage, ramming, defending, taking, like helping other like crews to target their siege weapons, and then various reactions like to opportunity attacks, reload, warding, different options that we have here, which are of course all detailed throughout the book here. So once this gets published on DMsGuild, you'll be able to kick through this whole document, but there's also going to be a lot of assets that we're going to have in a zip file to make all this stuff work easily for you. So if we click down to the Light of Xayxis, the first 80 pages are all these mechanics for combat, exploration. We have a random system generator built in here to make it easy for you to make wild space systems. We have some basic mechanics and rules on how to create and maintain the paperwork easily for how a system in orbit moves during the course of a campaign, depending on the number of days, weeks, months, or years that your campaign runs at a time. There's a lot of mechanics here for exploring the astral sea and how you can navigate that using your knowledge and information about locations to help navigate to them. Hazards in space including fires, fouling air, infestations, morale and mutiny issues, and of course wildstorm systems. We converted the creatures menagerie to increase for when we're increasing the scale to 50 and 500 foot space for fighter craft and vessels to operate in. There's creatures that are in massive scale that we wanted to provide additional mechanics for to interact with the mechanics that we had built. So that stuff is all there. So right now what I want to do is we're going to be spending time packaging the different assets for Light of Xayxis, which was the adventure from level 5 through 9. You end at level 9 if you finish the campaign alive. It's a showcase that's included with the 2022 Wizards release of Spelljammer campaign setting. They included Light of Xayxis as a showcase to exemplify in a Flash Gordon sort of way how to run a Spelljammer campaign. And since we have a real deep dive into movement, exploration, and combat mechanics in the supplement, the first 80 pages are mechanics, and then get out of there. And then the last 25 pages, Appendix 2, is a full conversion guide for the adventure, breaking it down chapter by chapter, all of the combat and exploration, interaction mechanics of like traveling through the wild space, traveling through the astral sea, battling ships, fighting the Xaryxians, all the different battles where you could possibly be aboard your ship and fighting enemies. We have detailed here mechanics as well as guidance and the suggested actions that each NPC may take to assist or deter your team from succeeding. Plus the wild space systems for Doom space, for Xaryxis space. Topolis Tower has an expansion. So we're going to just be packaging all these assets into a PDF or into a zip file for us to be able to get this thing up and running for folks to make use of. So we're going to start with a VTT, like Roll20 or wherever it is that you want to drop these assets into, and then we're going to end up following up with black and white, black ink versions of everything, so that if people want to run this in the flesh with a low-cost printer, they can just print them out as black and white assets as well. So let's see, where do I want to take this right now? I think well, obviously what we need to do is get into the Light of Xayxis chapter. So here's all the assets that we built. Here's locks, and we have a bunch of assets that are scattered about. So inside of, like, let's start with Topolis Tower. That seems like a fun place to start. So we have, for ease of view in the actual document, I didn't include a dark background, like a skyscape background, because I honestly think although doing so is pretty, I think it reduces the functionality of the map. I like having it easy to see where obstacles are, and as well as where different assets would be maneuvering around inside of the map. Although I will be providing a well, let's start there. Let's just build ourselves a let's start with the Mama Hunt here. Let's pop this open. Here's the map that you guys were looking at with me a moment ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, and of course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's the different things that happen at each of the locations. The idea behind this is that the way that it's presented in the published adventure is there's just Topolis Tower, and there's nothing else around it. It's just a single rock drifting through the void, and for some reason, a scaver called Big Mama keeps harassing the tower, so the story can happen. So instead, we built out an asteroid field that would have multiple creatures and types of encounters for the characters to navigate and have a bit more of an involved battle against Big Mama. So each of these squares is 50 feet in size, and so Topola's tower sits inside of a 100 foot by 100 foot space, as well as it's basically a cube of 100 foot space. And then there's room for the space galleon or your living ship to dock, and if you have any Kandori around, we can anchor those to the. We can basically lasso them to some of these rocks as well. And so each of these different locations, 1 through 6, within the asteroid field, has unique modifications if you find Big Mama in that area. And we have like a frequency of finding her, where she's going to show up, how much damage she's willing to take, or what her objectives are inside of the asteroid field while she's there, until she bounces out of the place. So. Let's see. I'm just assessing where we are at. There we go. Yeah, conducting the encounter, attacking Big Mama. So we want to extract the map, the scaver token, the skiffs, the living ship, Topola, the autognomes. The characters will self-insert, and Kandori. So I think that's the list of assets that we're going to need. So we need the space field background, Topola map. Topola token, autognome token, living ship token, the jolly boat tokens, the Big Mama token, Kandori tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. 8 assets. Okay, cool. That's manageable. Let's go. I guess let's go fish. So that's what we'll be doing today. Here is the full color version of the map that we have produced. So the star field is separate from the rest of the piece. I feel like I want to Mama Hunt. File. I'm going to save a separate instance of this. Save as. Let's see. How do I want to build this out? LOX is where we're at. New folder. VTT assets. New folder. Part 2. New folder. Oh, the Big Mama. M-O-M-M. Yeah, O-M-O-M-M-A. There we go. Topola's tower. Asteroid field full color. Cool. Now we can course. How do we want to... Let's see. How do I want to do this? I'm going to duplicate that group. We're going to merge that group. We're going to apply the layer mask to that group. And then we're going to highlight that and we can crop. Image equals crop. There we go. Yeah, we don't need the layer anymore. Delete the layer mask. So we can easily drop this into a virtual tabletop to make it easy for people to perceive what's going on. We can drop away the color and go with just a black and white. This, we will eventually be providing this. Here is a black and white version of the same map that's easy for people to use and then place on virtual table in meat space, in real space. But how big is this map, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 by 20. So it's a 20 by 20 map. You can't realistically print that on an 8.5 by 11. But what we can do is we can break it up into 4 pieces, into four separate 10 by 10 grids that we would be able to export into an 11 by 17 legal sized sheet. This would be able to sit on that with 1/2 inch borders along the side. So we could have 1, 2, 3, 4 different pages that you could then just cut out and drop and place next to each other, so you'd have a 20 inch by 20 inch battle map space to be able to conduct this encounter on without having to worry about full color. So this would be light and easy to use. I don't think there's a lot of people that have, I am, for the print portion, I'm just going to go with the black and white. I don't think there's a high demand for people printing full color assets off of their the little home laser printer. But if it's black and white art only, that makes it real easy for people to be able to do that. So that will be something we are doing. I think though I'm going to hold off on the black and white assets and just to expedite publishing it. I think we're just going to focus on the color. So here we have our map, and let's see what the size of this is. Inches, pixels. There we go. It's 2,000 pixels. So each square equals 100 pixels. I have a roll 20. Oh, hey, here's the Spelljammer Society. This is a great channel. Spelljammer Preservation. Our subreddit is our Spelljammer. Highly recommend. Fun channel. Lots of cool stuff happening there. Check it out. You can follow me on Twitter at Phil Kearney. If you're on the X Twitter platform. Best way to support the channel, honestly, is to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I'm live in the future. I stream 11 different times during the week with various projects that we're working on. Spelljammer, Eberron, MTG crossover stuff is generally where my cup of tea is at. Now you can see the full playlist here for all 300 some odd episodes. We created this. Get out of here, Scallywag. We made this book cover back around episode 15, so you can check that out. But the full 300 some odd episodes of us building this, basically from opening up Spelljammer and looking at the mechanics of what they provided up to, 300 episodes of Hold My Beer Later, and here we have a document. So you can check out all that stuff if you want. And Patreon, Discord, you can access my Discord. The About page of my Patreon has an updated link for anyone to jump in and enjoy the Discord with. Yeah, so there's that. We have a virtual tabletop that we've set up here. Let's go here, and I'm going to darken those lines a little bit. Grid type, color, opacity, increase the, there we go. Increase that a bit. And this is a 25 by 25 inch space. Let's just save Let's get this cover out of the way. There you go. Let's save this. File. Save as. Computer. As a JPEG. Let's upload an image. Choose a file. Let's see. Exploration. Done. Interior. Done. Where was that? Spellcasting hazard locks. Done. VTT assets. There we go. Part 2. Oh, mama. Let's see if this thing sits pretty. Upload complete. Tobalist Tower. There we go. Now let's go to the background layer. With a kiss and a prayer, we have this set up so that the grid, the words I'm looking for is Roll20 defaults to 70 pixels per square, but you can set how many pixels of image sit inside of each square. So if this went well, it'll perfectly align. If it didn't go well, we can manually calibrate and then size it so it is appropriate. So let's see if we can take this and drop it in. It does sit very nicely at this scale. That's cool. I could go here, since I know it's 20. Save settings. Is the scene pretty? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Why is that only 14? Oh, was I supposed to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Why is that only 14 by 14? Oh, I see. No, that's not right. Huh. Hey, kid. I'm sorry? We really got to get you to up your OBS volumes one day. Even at 100%, you're always quieter than other YouTube streams. Oh, I did not know that. Maybe it's... Maybe it's just an issue of like where my mic is compared to my face. Is that any better? Let's recalibrate this so it's 70 by 70. 70 equals 70. And good morning, Ked. How you doing? There we go. Save those settings. Are we at 20 by 20 now? Whenever I listen to it, it's super loud and clear, man. Listen to it, it's super loud and clear, man. Super freaking loud to me. I don't know what I could possibly be doing wrong, but thanks. Change size of VTT, fit the page. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that puppy. Sits so perfectly there. Gorgeous. That is some gorgeousness going on right here, yo. Let's, Untitled there. We could go to a lower opacity. Gorgeous. Let's turn up my speakers when I watch you though. Ah, I see. Great high and low level. Good, thank you. All right, cool. So I don't feel so horrible. But goddamn, this map sits pretty. Love that. 50-foot squares, there you go. So that sits very nicely. So I can have... This is with grid. I can do this without grid. Let's see. Again, stuff, token, space, background, rolls, towers. Color grid. I can do this no grid. File. Save as. Asset. JPEG. No grid. It's 100 by 100. It's a 2000 by 2000 pixel grid. So, and then on Roll20 just automatically resizes it. The nice thing about operating at 100 pixels, hold on, let's save. Let me show you here real quick the color grid that we're using here when we zoom in. The grid is 2 pixels wide, right? So each square, there's 98 pixels of like space between each grid line. But using roll, I mean, I think Foundry lets you resize precisely. But Roll20, what it does is when you take 100 pixels and you drop it into a 70 by 70 pixel frame and you make the pixels line up, these 2 pixels in the grid reduce down to 1-ish pixels in width, and that 1-ish pixel is the width that, like, it's like 1.5-ish pixels is what the 70 is what the Roll20 map does. So it actually aligns when you shrink it down. It aligns perfectly. So like you can see here that there's no discrepancy at the outer rim, right? The lines still remain lined up throughout the entire piece. I'll just use 100 pics in mine. It works. It just snaps to it. Oh yeah, Foundry's 100. Very nice. Yeah, it is. I mean, Roll20 is integrated with one bookshelf where I'm publishing this through, so it's like it's the obvious thing I need to calibrate through. Plus, I've got about 7,000 hours worth of DMing inside of Roll20 since 2013. So I mean, it is my environment of choice. So, but yeah, that just sits pretty, and so now we have the map without a. Here, I'm gonna zoom back out again. There we go. There we go. So that's Topola's Tower there. I have... Yeah. And then we can... let's... There is just a generic splash background that we can save. File. Save as... to your computer. 20 by 20 space, wild space background. Let's save that as a JPEG. And now let's go open. Let's go find our critters. I'm gonna have to pull that out of there. We'll drop those out when I'm done. Let's go back to done. Let's go to production. Tokens. I should probably, I feel like it's gonna end up getting lost inside these interior pages. I don't think that's the right way to do this. Let's, yeah, I already lost it. Locks. Done. VTT assets. Let's pull out of there. Let's do that again. There we go. Part 2. Mama. VTT assets. Now, okay, so what we need to do is new folder, Light of Xaryxis. There we go. Now we have part 2. Mama. Dum, dum, dum. Cool. And we'll extract the PSDs when we're done. So part 2, let's go back out to production and tokens, and let's go to ships, and let's go to vessels. Now I can see you. There we go. And let's go to, don't need damselfly. Living ship is what I want. Living ship. Good background. Get out of there, you little flitter. I'm making this face because I don't have air bubbles in here. When I built these, I didn't automatically include air bubbles, and in the color version, I always have an air bubble around ships. So I gotta go find an air bubble. Let's go hunting air bubbles, shan't we? Yeah, this will probably do. No. Yes. That is the color. I can make these as PNGs so that the background is pseudo-transparent. I like that a lot. So let's not use this. Equals no. Let's go actually find like a real air bubble. So file, open. Where am I going to go find one? Out here in production. Let's go back to the interior pages. Oh yeah, let's just go to the equipment section. Equipment and ships. Page 11. There should be plenty of stuff for us to fuck around with in here. Let's go to there it is. Let's duplicate this layer. Vessel tokens equals yes. Perfect. close that out. No need to save. It's 25% opacity. Duplicate. There we go. Line that up in there, and then we'll drop the opacity down to 25%. And then we can conceal the grid. And we can take that and that. And then duplicate those, and then merge those down. You can extract that, duplicate, vessel token, new, blurb, here, image, crop. Why is there extra space? Why did I crop and end up with extra space? That makes zero sense. Let's oh ho ho, you're off, aren't you? Well, zero that out. Let's unlock so I can get you inside your bubble. There you go, buddy. We're going to duplicate those. Let's duplicate those layers in the untitled one. Blip, blop. There we go. Get rid of that. Not a fan of what I'm seeing here. There we go. There. So, is there an artboard feature where you can just drag and snap the art bound itself to get rid of the space? It's the problem is I have pixels laying around somewhere, and I don't know where and why. So, sit there. Like I can. It's supposed, like, if I wasn't a shitty artist, this would all snap to immediately already. So, like here, I should be able to go image. I need to highlight it first, and then image, crop. Oh yeah, it did. So the problem was I have extra pixels laying around somewhere on the living ship that was further down. But see, now we've snapped to what should be a 200 by 200 ish space. So canvas size equals 2.03 by 2.03. There. Now it says perfect. Photoshop doesn't let you nest one item inside of another, right? And in Affinity, it's just made a vector circle and nest everything inside of it, so nothing is out of bounds. I could make a vector circle with Photoshop, but I don't know how to make circles with vector. I don't know how to use vector at all. So I've only been using the program for 20 some odd years, so it's just like I'm hardly a master. Merge down, get rid of that. We're going to save this as let's go to interior. Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of let's see, VTC assets. Thank you. I'm sure there's tons of people that are far more masterful in use of this than I am. I'm going to use a PNG here, and we're going to call it Second Wind. That's the name of the ship. Living ship. Maybe I don't need to be that descriptive, but here we are. I can clean it up later. And now we can go back to our VTT, and we can... There you go. Oh wait, this should be on the token layer. I don't need to be on the map layer anymore. There we go. Doot doot. Yeah, sure, man. You have a great day. Thanks a lot for hanging out, Kat. I really appreciate you, man. Okay, so that asset is good. Don't need that anymore. I can... push that to there, and then we can lapse the ships and press save. I'm going to extract this as a duplicate the layer into something new. There we go. I can close that. Okay. Well, good. And then I'm going to file, open. Let's go to our craft. Oh, that's right. I got to build out the jolly boats proper. Did I build those out proper already? Let's see. Production, interior pages, done, locks, done, part 2. It's, nope, that's not the right one, but it is page 92. So let's go to the to the PSD. Bluster and boom. Duplicate those layers. Take those into Untitled 2. Go. I need to collapse this, equals no, file, open. Let's go back to our fighter craft, production, tokens. Cool. And then, boy, oh boy, this is going to take a little while to do, isn't it? Ships, and then craft. Warbird out of the way. Skiff. It is a 20 by 20 space that it occupies, so that needs to be a 200 by 200 pixel space. Here, file, image, Image size. That's 4, so it needs to be. That's interesting. Image. Canvas size. It's gonna be 4 by 4. I want to take a grid. Yeah, I don't really need that. We can instead beep beep beep. Take space here, and we're gonna make that 400, 400. Yeah, fair enough. Not bad. All right, now fit. I'll drop the opacity down to 25%. Oof. All right, I'm gonna have to get rid of those lines. Oh, yeah, that's what we can do. Easy peasy. Line those up. What's this guy called? Bluster or something. Let's go. Big Bluster. That's what it's called. File, save as, my computer, production, VTT assets, Light of Xayxis, part 2, Oh Mama, PNG, Big Bluster. And then Little Boom. File. Save as. To the computer. PNG. Little Boom. Jolly Boat Skiff. Ship token. Little Boom and Big Bluster. There you go. So. Very nice. So your team can jump on board these skiffs at the 50-foot scale. It's, even though the skiffs are 20 feet in size, much like a pixie in a dungeon. A pixie's 2.5 feet because it's tiny. But a dungeon tile is 5 feet, so the pixie occupies the tile. It's the same way. I could have done absolute sizing, but that would have been really obnoxious really quick. It's easier, honestly, just to do it this way. You don't have to worry about directions specifically, but if you want to, you certainly can. It's not a necessity. Bop, bop, bop. Have these guys cruise around and chase after Big Mama, so let's go find Big Mama. Let's see. Don't need more of this for now. So let's go to, actually, let's go here and take this and then copy. Let's copy this. Duplicate this layer into the craft tokens equals yes. Craft tokens equals very yes. Cool. So we'll finish up Big Mama, and then we'll probably go and we'll start dropping air bubbles in all the assets, and then peel all the separate vessels and ship tokens out as separate assets. So we're going to hit save here for now, but we're going to come back. Actually, yeah, let's just go ahead and drop him off scene. File. Let's just save this as a separate, yeah, skiffs. Skiff tokens. There we go. I'm going to leave. Let's call this save as Scaver and Kendori. Tokens. Let's go to File, Open. Let's go to Production, Assets, our tokens, and then creatures, and then creature tokens. Let's go find a Scaver. Very good, very good, very good. Very, 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 very good. And then Kendori. Duplicate that group. Scabbers. Because if your if the second wind gets disabled during the battle with the Rieger, then you need to have the adventure provides the opportunity for you to lasso and basically wrangle a bunch of Kendori to lead you to Topola's tower. So I'm going to flip this. You flip it. So we'll call him, first off, let's save. And then let's go to save as, start, JPEG. No, PNG. Kendori left token. Transform. File. Save as. Computer. PNG. Kendori. File. Save as. PNG. There we go. Let's take this air bubble, duplicate the creature tokens. There we go. File, save as, ship. G. Scatter, no bubble token. File. Save as. PNG. Scatter air bubble token. Good. Let's see. We need Topola and we need the auto gnomes. So let's take this. Save. Drop that out of view. File. Open. Let's go back to our production. And let's go to tokens and then NPCs. We have the crew. And then the Autonome and Topola. Quality may vary. Let's file, save as PNG, Autonome. Wait, here, production, VTT assets, Light of Xayxis, part 2, Omama, Autonome. Save as computer, PNG, production, VTT, Light of Xayxis, part 2, Omama, Topola. Token. Save as. This is the glamorous big job of production, of asset production, and adventure assembly. Revel in the glory. Let's go back to production, VTT, Light of Xayxis, part 2, Omama. Fel. Is that her name? Fel Aldera? I can never remember. Yeah, Fel Aldera. Our resident conniving Warlock NPC. He helps co-pilot the ship along with Starbow. File. Save as. Here. To. Production. VTT. Xaryxis. Part 2. Omama. PNG, Starbow, token, Mr. Finch, file, save as, to the computer, production, VTT, Xaryxis, part 2, Omama, PNG, Mr. Finch token. Commodore Crux. Image file. Save as. Here. Spelljammer. Production. VTT assets. Light of Xayxis part 2. Omama. PNG. Commodore Crux token. Now that we have those done, we can extract those and drop them into the Rieger folder. I think that's all the assets that we needed. How are we doing on time? Cool. We still got another, let's see. I got 2 more cycles, so I got 40 more minutes I can play. So let's just keep digging through this. There is the NPC. Oops. Not quite yet. There we go. We need Hastain. Hastain. That's going to be the Rieger battle. So let's Do, 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 do. Space backdrop, auto gnome token, big bluster. It looks like, yeah, we have everything that we need. Okay, cool. Super fun. Super, super fun. Let's go fetch. A Scabber with an air bubble. Checking around. It feels pretty good. Here. Yeah, pretty content with that. Let's see. The next thing that we need is let's bounce out to here, and I gunk. Let's see. We want to have what's the next? What was the previous encounter called? Light spider. On the edge. Ruthless Rigor. That's what it's called. New folder. So we can take here, 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 here. Here, here, here. Is that everything that we need? One, two, three, four. Bump, bump. Bump. Copy all that. We have the ship. 1, 2, 3, 4 crewmates. Kindori come along. Big bluster. Little boom. Second wind. Cool. So all we need is Hastain, which is file, save as, production, VTT, Xaryxis Part 2, Ruthless Rigor. Hastain token is going to be PNG. Wait for it. Hold on. Yes, Hastain, and then the duplicate faces the other way. That's right. So let's free transform. Duplicate faces the opposite direction. I love that. Duplicate the group. Hold on. Hold on. We can do this smarter. Just open that. Free transform. Flip horizontal. There. And then we can save this as, so my computer is Histane duplicate token. And now we want to go find the aesthetic, which is a creature. We can close this down. For now, changes equals no. We can close. File, open. Production. Tokens. Creatures. Ooh, already transparent. Likey. What is the size of this? Image. Image size. Fair enough. Let's file, save as, it's a computer, production, VTT, Xaryxis Part 2, Ruthless Rigor, PNG. Oh, I can reduce these. Let's go with aesthetic. Yeah. So let's do that. And since this is here, let's go to image, image size. Reduce it to 100. Oh, yes, I hit that on a first stroke. Perfect. Aesthetic. File. Four. Open, image, Image size 100. File, open. Image size 100. File, open. Let's image size is 200. File, open. Two. And file, image. Let's first save this. File, save as, computer, PNG, 1 by 1. Okay, and then that's image. Because there's two sizes Kandori, either 50 feet or 100 feet. So what we're doing is we are recrafting these to right size. File, save as, 2, 1 by 1, replace, save. Drop you out of the way. No. File, open. Image size 100. Save. Close. File. Open. Image size 100. That's 2 by 2. $100, $100, $100. Where's your air bubble? Hold on. Image size 100. And now we can 100. Is that adding any value? Question if I need to be doing that. Weird that it's that size. What? Wait. Derf. Whew, skill shot. Hit that 25% on the money again. Very nice. Merge down, save. Fuck. Okay, this probably wasn't the right way to do that. I should probably be leaving these things at their higher resolution, like a 300 resolution. All right, hey, we are learning lessons here today, so that's good. 400 by 400, 400 by 400. How you looking? 200 by 200. You look exactly the same as before. So this one is okay. 200 by 200, 400 by 400. I probably need to redo the fucking Kandori. 1 by 1. Don't need that. We're learning lessons here, folks. We can bring this down to image size 300. Four by four, 4 by 4, 2 by 2, 300. One. All right. Well, this was valuable to learn. And it didn't cost us too much because we still have all these assets over. Other than Hestain, I'll have to redo Hestain. We still have this and this and this and this. Copy. That was a pretty painless lesson to learn. 300 by 300, cool. Then let's go back to Hestain, tokens, NPCs. Gimme. Gimme. The 222. There we go. File. Save as PNG. Production. BTT. Xaryxis Part 2. Ruthless Rigor. Hestain. $20 minutes left. Equals a no file open free transform flip horizontal file save as folder Hestain duplicate token save close cancel save there file open Got everything that we need for the aesthetic and the second chest there. And the Dory. Cool. Okay, that's done. Excellent. What's next? Topola. Garganhail. And the Neogi Hunt. I'm not prepared to do either one of those in 20 minutes. So I think, and then we have chapter 1. Let's go back and to production and tokens and ship tokens and vessel tokens. Grid and no grid. Grid and no grid. Okay. So, yeah, let's go to the vessel tokens. Take you back to full. Grid back in place. Not so much. Okay, so how do we want to do this? We have grid and no grid. So we can do air bubble color. So we want the air bubbles there because it's the ship. And then we have the grid. So I guess we can do grid and no grid. I guess this is how we're going to do it. Excuse me. Grid and no grid. I don't think, do I specifically need a grid? I don't feel like I do. So maybe, duplicate the layers as a new image, crop, then image, canvas size. Okay. Save as. This'll work. PTT access. Folder. Ships. Vessels. Craft. This will be living ship 2x2. File open. Cool. here, we can go to... Yeah. We can do it like this. This is a way to do it. Here. We can lock that. Drop this down to here. Let's go find our... Yeah, this will work out just fine. So let's do it this way. We'll take the damselfly and we'll duplicate that layer in the Untitled 3 if we're lucky. I feel dumber every moment. Let's try that again. Conceal, damselfly, duplicate. Here. Yeah, I should have some sort of a snap to function, right? And it is. It does snap to. Very good. Let's make a background here equals good. File, save as PNG. Damselfly 2x2. That feels fantastic. All right, get rid of you. Lock that down. Lock. Conceal. Next is living ship. Already resolved. Scorpion. Go down to the scorpion here. Then we can duplicate that group into the existing vessels. Perfect. File. Save as. And when I finish extracting all these things, I should be able to pick them up and drop them into the ship design sheets. That should work out. That should work out just nicely. So the yeah. So let's do this as a PNG. Scorpion 2x2. How large is this? Is it 200 by 200? 2x2. That's perfect. That's the size that we need for everything. Oh, that's going to work out just fine. So that is there. We can then resize all the tokens to fit onto, because we have the here, production, we have the SCE, what is it, interior pages, no, tokens. There we go. The ship tracking sheet. There. Currently, we have these all decked out with, but this is a 2.5 inch space, and so we want to have. This is actually a 2 inch by. You can see here the grid. It's a 2.5 by 2. It's a 2 inch by 2 inch space, and then we have a 1/2 inch, like a 1/4 inch border inside of there, and each of these squares is a 1/2 inch. So that's a 1/2 inch. Half of 1/2 inch is a 1/4 inch external and a 1/4 inch internal. That resolves the challenge that we had with properly sizing these things. I think that's going to work out. I think that's going to work out just fine. Very good. No, we don't need to do that. We do want to do that. And then we go back to here, and then we put a lock on the scorpion. This is what I'll be doing all day. Just a lot of production, extraction, like assembly, like asset assembly like this. Once I have all these done, we can sell the book. There you go. It'll be for sale. And then I'm going to, then I'll build out the black and white assets like this. The same process. We'll do black and white instead of color, and then maybe we'll sell that like for a couple bucks or something. Who knows? Like bundle it down so like we can use that as like a coupon for the book. The next ship up is Turtle Ship. Hey, Turtle Face. We got a few minutes. Yeah, we still got a few minutes, so let's do that. Duplicate this layer. Title number 3. Perfect. File. Save as. PNG. Turtle Ship. 2 by 2. Save. Itchy belly. Actually, let's push that down just a smudge. There. Let's do that again. File. Save as. PNG. Yeah, all I have to do is all I gotta do is this 3,000 times and I win. So fantastic, fantastic. Tyrant ship. File. Save as. Computer. PNG. Tyrant ship. 2 by 2. Next up are the 3x3s. Sorry, I'm taking a moment of pleasure here because I really just enjoy this. Just enjoying the moment. Go to image. Can we do image size? Well, that makes life easy, doesn't it? Holy shit, life just got easy. Life just got really, really easy. Bombard. duplicate that to Untitled 3. Entitled 3. So good. Perfect. Sits pretty. Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? Is that right? All right. File. Save as. PNG. Bombard 3x3. Next up is the flying fish. Block, conceal, expose, duplicate. Just a touch off. How am I aligning on my grid in here? That is a little off. That's weird. Oh, because it's skewed, because it's not... Oh, got it. Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, cool. File. Save as. PNG. Flying fish 3x3. Get rid of that. Next up is the lamprey. Put a lock on you, conceal, expose, duplicate. Untitled 3. Bloop. So I'll be finishing up the ship tokens today, that's for sure. Yep, okay. Drop that there. We will file, save as, PNG, lamprey, 3x3. There we go. All right, so I'm going to keep doing this. We're going to do this for these. We're going to do these for the fighter craft. We'll do these for the... and then we'll extract all of these and drop them in separate assets for all the creatures and the maps. And we'll do that for all 4 parts, all the chapters and the parts. That'll have those all packaged together. Then we'll do system maps. And then we can publish. So I'm not sure how quickly I'm going to get through these today, but this is what I'm going to be drilling away at. If I don't finish it today, Sunday is my day off. So then we'll come back, and then on Monday, We'll see if we can get all this done, and if we can, we'll publish as soon as we can. So we could potentially, at this rate, clipping along like this, we could potentially have it published on Tuesday, if not Wednesday or Thursday for sure. We're looking pretty good, guys. We're looking pretty good. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for being here, guys. I'm out of here. If you have any questions, be welcome to ask. Jump into my Discord if you want. You can, again, you can access the, where do we go from here? There we go. Again, the Discord is here. You can find the Discord at the on the About page of my Patreon. You don't have to be a Patreon to access the Discord, though. We certainly appreciate your help. And I'll be back on Monday. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks a lot.